Hi, I'm Ravvy of Ravvy Plays Games. I've been playing New World for 3 years, and I'm excited to share this look at the new World Aeternum Open Beta intro scene and character creation. Right away, Amazon Games takes a stronger approach to storytelling with more cutscenes and voiced dialogue, bringing more depth to the lore of the game.
I don't like it. Sailing to an uncharted island with strange folk aboard.
Keep your voice down. I don't want the captain to hear you.
It ain't the captain I'm worried about. It's that priest. If he's a man of the cloth, I'm the Virgin Mary.
All you seek will soon be yours, Captain. It is indeed the island of legend.
So you say. If you're wrong, the price of the voyage will be paid in blood. Yours. And those vagabonds you brought along.
They merely seek adventure, Captain. The island calls to those who forge their own destiny.
Okay, now we get to create our character. A new feature in New World Aeternum is the archetype choices and character creation. This will allow players to start with their preferred weapons and combat style, rather than having to seek those out after starting with sword and board, which was the original method. Each archetype also grants a trade skill boost to 3 related trade skills. First up, Soldiers. Focused on tanking and DPS, soldiers start with a sword and shield as well as a hatchet. Their trade skill boosts are weaponsmithing, mining, and smelting. Next, we have the Destroyer. Focused on DPS and tanking, Destroyers start with a Warhammer and a Great Axe. Their trade skill boosts are armoring, skinning, and leatherworking. Alright, now we are at my personal favorite, the Ranger. Rangers are a DPS archetype that start with bow and spear. Their trade skill boosts are engineering, logging, and woodworking. The Musketeer is another DPS archetype, equipped with a rapier and a musket. Their trade skill boosts are armoring, harvesting, and weaving. The Occultist is a DPS magic archetype that wields a fire staff and an ice gauntlet. Their trade skill boosts are in jewel crafting, mining, and smelting. The Mystic is a healer and DPS archetype equipped with a life staff and a void gauntlet. Their trade skill boosts are Arcana, Harvesting, and Weaving. The final archetype option is the Swordbearer, which is another DPS and tank combination. The Swordbearer is equipped with a greatsword and a blunderbuss. Their trade skill boosts are in cooking, fishing, and leatherworking. One weapon is not represented in the archetype choices, and that is the Flail, which is a weapon that has a little of everything in its tree. Once you've selected your character's archetype, you'll head to the appearance options. Let's talk about the character appearance options. You get to choose one of 2 body types. Both of these move essentially the same way in the game, and you get to set your pronouns in the game settings, so the body type does not lock you into a gender. The face options and skin tone options seem to be about the same as they've been since release. I was hoping we might get a little more control and be able to mix and match features, or be able to adjust individual features, but that particular wish has not yet been granted. One wish that did come true was the addition of more hairstyle options. I think they just about doubled the number of hairstyle choices. The part that made me a little sad is that you can see the clipping issues with a lot of these new hairstyles with the armor right here in the preview. New World has always had issues with clipping when it comes to hairstyles and armor pieces. I'd love to say that if you at least wore all of the pieces of a set of armor you wouldn't see any clipping, but several of the armor sets in New World experience clipping in the hair area or at the gauntlets and sleeves, the boots and leggings, and especially where the chest piece and the leggings meet. The clipping issues aren't major ones, but it's one of my personal pet peeves, so I tend to select hairstyles that are less likely to suffer lots of clipping issues for my characters. I hope in the future we'll be able to switch between hairstyles. I would love it if at some point we could assign different hairstyles or character looks to our gear set slots in New World Aeternum. The facial hair options have been expanded as well. We'll take a quick look at beard and mustache options, and then we'll move on to choosing an eye color. After that, we'll head into the skin features. The skin features include freckles and some vitiligo type options, and from there we see the different scar options. Last but not least, we can choose from a selection of tattoos. The locations of the tattoos are static, but you can choose the color of the tattoo. Bear in mind, you will not be limited to the weapons or craft professions associated with your archetype. These are just starting points to get you up and running in the game. One of the great things about New World Aeternum is the ability to easily switch between weapons and roles and to level up as many of the crafts as you would like. If you prefer not to craft at all, the Trade House offers the creations of crafters from all over Aeternum for you to purchase. That's the character creation process from the New World Aeternum Open Beta. I'll be starting a new character on one of the Fresh Start worlds when New World Aeternum is released on October 15th. I'll share my progress with gameplay content and exploration of the island as my character levels up in Aeternum. Be sure to subscribe to the channel to follow along on this next journey. See you in Aeternum!